Hey there, my friends. Derek from Bomb Socks here with more Bomb Bites, where we feast upon the words of Christ and we do it one bite at a time. So I want to go section 75 today of the Doctrine and Covenants. And to give you a little context, I know you appreciate it. I know I do. You're scrolling through social media and you see someone getting a mission call. And they're, sharing it with 75 of their closest friends, and they say where they're going and everybody cheers. And it's exciting. It's a lot of fun to be able to do that. But we're kind of at that point in section 75 where the Lord is sending out missionaries. Well, you look at the section heading. This is January of 1832. It says there's a conference going on here. Certain elders desired to know more about their immediate duties. So, verses 1 through 3, verily I say unto you, I who speak, even the voice of my spirit, even Alpha and Omega, the Lord your God, we've spoken of that. Verse 2, hearken, O ye who have given your names to go forth to proclaim the gospel, and to prune my vineyard. That's missionary work. And behold, I say unto you that it is my will that you should go forth and not tarry, neither be idle, but labor with all your might. So you're out there, you're sharing the gospel, okay? This section is to anybody who wants to be able to share the gospel. So let me throw up some verses here. I've kind of taken this and compressed it a little bit into some key verses that I think anyway. There certainly could be others. But these verses right here, section 75, you got 5, 11, 13, and 14, 16, 21, and 22, 24, 27, 29. Whenever I go through these sections, I try to find verses that I feel, and this is just me, that are relevant to what you and I deal with in our day. So the question is this: if we faithfully proclaim the gospel, then, so what I'd like you to do is take a couple minutes, go through these verses, see what the thens are. I know that's grammatically weird, but see what you can come up with, what thens are available. If we will do these things, what is the result of doing that? There's a couple cool things I want to talk about with you, so see what you can find and we'll come right back. Okay, so I noticed a phrase. Again, I look for phrases. When you see phrases repeated over and over again, I think there's something to be said about that. So, like, for example, I looked at verse number 16. He who is faithful shall overcome all things. That's awesome. And shall be lifted up at the last day. See that phrase a couple times in this section. And I've always wondered what it means to be lifted up at the last day. I don't know if you guys have seen that in scriptures, but it's all through the scriptures. If you were to search that phrase in scriptures, you'll see it in a lot of context. For example, you go to Alma 36, verse number 3. This is where you see that phrase. And this one is very well known. We had it as a seminary theme one year. It is so good. This one says, and now, O my son Helaman, behold, thou art in thy youth. And therefore, I beseech of thee that thou wilt hear my words and learn of me. For I do know that whosoever shall put their trust in God shall be supported in their trials and their troubles and their afflictions, and shall be, as it says in section 75, lifted up at the last day. So when I don't understand what a word means, I will search it. Like, even if it's something that I think I know, like the word lift. I know what lift means. You take something and you bring it up, right? But if you look carefully at the word lift, there's a unique thing here. So look at all these definitions of the word lift. Hoist, heave, haul up, uplift, heft, boost, raise up, elevate, hold high. You go down to the next part. Elevate, give lift to, cheer up, perk up, enliven, uplift, brighten up. The next one, improve, boost, enhance, to make better, invigorate, revitalize. And so as you look at those things, if you do these things, if you are faithful to what the Lord has asked you to do, you will be lifted up at the last day. Now, whether that means when the earth is burning and you are lifted up in the resurrected state, or whatever that is literal. So I tend to look at this also at maybe another way here. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you're preaching the gospel, especially missionaries I know have felt this way, and you're just like, I can't do this anymore. I am so tired with this. And you literally feel like it is your last day. You're like, I can't do this anymore. I am done. Whether I'm going home or whether I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. The Lord says, if you are faithful, you will be lifted up at the last day. When you're like, I can't do this anymore, the Lord says, I will take you and I will lift you. I will bear you up. Why? Because you look back at that section 75. Look at how many times the Lord says, I will be with them even unto the end. I will be with them. You see that mentioned many times. And when you do that, you're lifted up at the last day. And there's so many things that you are doing in your life where you're trying to be faithful, but it is just not working. And you're like, I'm done. Whether you feel like I'm done with the church, I'm done with going to church, I'm done with doing this particular behavior that I've been told is supposed to be good, but is not working. that is when the Lord will lift you up at the last day, when you're just like, I can't do this anymore. I really believe that is one of the ways you can look at these verses, whether it is literal or whether it is figurative. The Lord is with you and he will lift you. In fact, we don't have time to watch this, but I would totally recommend watching this. This is an older Mormon message, or inspirational message as they're called now. It is simply titled Lift. It's about, it appears to be like an elders quorum or a high priest group that is asked to help out a lady in the ward and literally lift her up. She has some physical disabilities and she's able to be lifted. You watch this message. It is a great one. I'll put the link in the comments so you can see it. But it is so good. It's about 7 or 8 minutes, but it's well worth your time to watch this video to show how lifting someone else helped these individuals at even their last days, where it's like, I can't do this anymore, and the Lord lifted them to be able to help them to continue to do it. So that's section 75. I really believe that that message there is, look, you're faithful, I will be with you, and you will be lifted up. And you can take that however what it's worth. That's just my 2 cents on what I think it certainly could mean for us. Hey, thanks so much for a great week. You guys are awesome. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and thank you for sharing. Godspeed. We will see you next week with section 76. It's a big one. Take care. See ya. Bye-bye.